Hey special family, welcome back to another autism video, Reddit edition. Today's video is titled, Autism is not a superpower, it's not a different ability, it's a curse. I'm intrigued. Let's read. My daughter will never wipe her own A. She will never feed herself. She will never speak a word to another human. She will never have a novel thought. She will never solve a math problem. She will never fall in love. She will never have a conversation. She will never sign a sentence in ASL. She will never live 24 hours on her own. That's heavy. She will never wipe her own A. I will die with a 200-pound adult child depending on me for her daily needs. My wife will die never knowing a day of freedom. My wife will never have a career. She will never make the mark on the world that she dreamed of as a child. My daughter will die alone, never understanding why her mom and dad are gone. I will never hike the Appalachian Trail. Every Redditor and Tumblr posted joking about how their autism makes them a quirky introvert will never have a clue the suffering my child and the rest of her family suffer every day of their existence. This is heavy. This is heavy and perfectly worded. Let's keep going. And I don't judge them for that. I envy them. If my child had the mental capacity, she would envy them too. I am glad that they can live a life of connection and achievement even with their struggles. I admire them and wish them well. But they are not like my daughter. She will never type a sentence. She will never post on the internet. She will never know that other human beings are her equal and want to communicate with her. I cheer them on for their struggles and triumphs, and they are right and justified and admirable in their own way. I wish every day my ASD child were like them. I too am autistic, according to one psychiatrist. I don't know if that's actually true. I told her I don't want a diagnosis, and she dropped it. Autism spectrum disorder needs to be separated between the quirky but functional and the will never experience the fullness of life. Wow. Every person who posted rants on social media against the idea of curing or treating autism is right in their indignation, but at the same time, I believe they are blind to their own privilege. If I could eradicate autism with the press of a button, I would do it in a heartbeat. I don't want to strike away the idea of neurodivergence or mental struggle. I know it firsthand. Still, I agree. I hate the idea that my child needs to be cured, but I also do want that. I am torn in two. Autism at its most extreme is a curse. It's evidence against the benevolent God. I want someone to acknowledge that. I love my child. I love her every day. And when I look at her, I feel warmth and care and even a tiny bit of hope. I take great comfort in her embrace and her smile. And I thank God every day for every little moment of happiness. But my daughter will never wipe her own A, and I will never hike the Appalachian Trail. Let's sit on that. Take that in for a second. This is deep and really well articulated. Deep and really well articulated. I have nothing to add to this. Let's go to the comment section and see what they say. First comment is from JTW. I have never read anything that completely describes how I live. Thank you. We have the money for help, but due to the level my son is, we can never find and keep helpers, workers for long. I love my son and love all the little moments and his beautiful, beautiful smile, but he will never wipe his own A, and I will never take a houseboat down a river for a month so I can birdwatch. Wow. Super Special Awesome said, I'll just say it. This is largely why I supported abortions. All my life, the one thing I've always wanted is a child of my own. If I ever miraculously ended up with someone that I could build a family with, I'd be the most heartbreaking thing to see the fetus developing severe mental and our physical deformities, and knowing there's absolutely no way I could ever take care of them. I have had ADHD all my life. I know the difficulties of having a mental illness. Few people understand. I want to have children so damn much, but I also know my limits. While a child would be the greatest gift I could ever have, a lifelong inability to appreciate life would be the worst curse I could give them. Unfortunately, not everything is detected before birth, so this situation scares me. Purdy May Headphone says, movies and series like Rain man made this entire condition a effing fiction. My ex-sister-in-law had autism, not as extreme in the spectrum as your daughter, but enough to be very hard to communicate with her sometimes, and I saw her beating her own head several times. This is a serious condition, not a superpower. Should be repeated all the time about this. Lil Blue says, I'm considered high functioning. I can work, pay bills, and handle being an adult most of the time. Even with me being like this, I stumble through conversations. I see the way people look at me when I say something wrong. I can gauge people properly and get taken advantage of. These are moments where mindlessly beating my own body feels good in a way. People I'm close to will joke that your wrist is showing. I will laugh because it's what they want, but it hurts. I'm never going to be normal. It's not fun to get overstimulated and feel this incredible rage to scream, lash out on myself, or feel this fiery pain if I don't break something or myself. I know I'm better off than other people who have it, but it still hurts. I'm coherent enough to know I can't scream in public, so I have to swallow what I can only describe as nails dipped in acid. I can feel this fire in my body when I have to force myself to sit still. I still have problems knowing what to do, and being overwhelmed with it turns my mind into a panic attack. It's not fun. It's not a superpower. Being able to do repetitive work does help because work isn't this endless, mindless work for me. I enjoy it, and having something to constantly do as the same thing every day actually helps me to relax. But then there are days where my work shifts constantly. I don't know why it needs to be done next, or I get interrupted when I'm on a flow, and it ruins my mood for at least half an hour. Seeing the younger generation think it's quirky and fun, it's heartbreaking. There are others that suffer it's much worse, and I truly wonder how many of them are just stuck in their own head but can't break free. It's terrifying to think about. I still have moments where I feel trapped in my own body and mind, where it feels like this thing takes over, and it makes me so afraid for others who have it worse. It's exhausting and painful. It's not fun no matter how many puzzle games or mindless work I can do with ease. I just wish I was normal. I've never heard the phrase this is a serious condition and a superpower before, and it explains it perfectly. It's hell, and I don't even suffer the worst of it. Don't get me started on the mindless stimming, only stopping when you realize it hurts so bad to keep going, but something in your brain just begs you to keep going because it feels good, like lightning in your body that you just have to get out. Wow, this is deep and powerful. Like, she's just putting her emotions on the table, and for everyone to see what it feels like. I really appreciate this. This is so deep. Let's keep going. Chaotic Queen says, I'm also high functioning, and I've been diagnosed since I was like 3 years old. The way society has turned autism into some cutesy, quirky trait absolutely boils my blood. If there was some button I could press to not be this way, I'd press it in a heartbeat. The sensory overloads suck. Sometimes when I need a shower, I have to put it off a little before I can. Otherwise, I will have a full body panic attack. I have to go sit in a dark room with no stimulation for a while to bring myself back down. It's prevented me from playing with my son the way I wanted to a few times even. I have a job, I drive, I can hold a functioning romantic relationship, but it doesn't matter in the end because I know what I struggle with behind closed doors, and I'm effing tired of people acting like autism is some fun, trendy thing. I don't even admit to having it in real life because it's a burden and embarrassing to me. Let me know what you can add to all this in the comment section below, because if this isn't powerful, if this doesn't describe it from the person himself, then I don't know. But let me know in the comment section. This is powerful, and thank you.